morning, Azeroth. Broadcasting live from the Trade District of Stormwind.
Hey, who rerouted an arcane relay through the coffee pot again?
Coffee's done.
Hang on. I think we got it.
This is Azeroth Morning Radio. Warcraft for the rest of us.
And good Tuesday morning, everybody. Welcome. This is Azeroth Morning Radio.
The hunt begins.
Name that character, huh? Welcome, folks. This show is made for you, the casual, those working 9 to 5 over the weekend, your parents, whatever it is. This place is for you. We are your hosts. My name is Jibbs, and I'm joined by Cash.
Yeah, Cash is here, and no insult today.
Oh, I forgot. I always forget. It's unintentional. I really don't mean to.
That's okay. I'm sure you will find some kind of very poignant point of the show, a poignant point to insult me, and I will have a tasty retort for you, sir. Anyway, hello to the peeps. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, how you doing, buddy? What's new for you for Warcraft this week?
New for me in Warcraft this week. Let's see. I spent a majority of yesterday doing a massive inventory purge of tons of old mats that I didn't need that I had sitting in my bank, including a lot of the mats that are War Within specific. Just purged them, auction house type stuff. Made quite a bit of gold doing that, which was nice, and they sold real quick. So if you're looking to make some space and you have some old mats, that's the way to do it. Just some organization of stuff to clear out inventories and get stuff ready to go for pre-patch. And I did a little bit more working the market and being amazed at how my jacuzzis can go from 20,000 to like 4,000 in the course of one day with people undercutting the market. It just rolling with it. I'm like, whatever. It is what it is. It's gold that's getting made anyway. So it sucks, but kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, also I did some dabbling on my hunter and a new rogue, which was nuts. It was nuts because you were in Discord and we were talking about this. I think I had like 8 rogues over the years.
8 rogues? What's the matter with this guy?
Yeah, I murdered all of them except for I have one that's 80, and I just wanted that fresh experience, so I rolled another one. But you really figure out why you end up with so many dang characters and so many of the same archetype is just because I like that new experience to re-roll if I'm thinking about playing a character. But last thing I did is I have been watching videos on the state of Resto Druid, and it has put more wind beneath my sails. Yeah. So as of now, I will not be changing my character for midnight.
Ooh, you're locked in. You heard it first.
I think I'm locked. Yeah, buddy, I think I'm locked. The changes are really good. Resto Druid's looking really, really good for the patch. So I think I'm just gonna stay in it and see how the healing feels. And I heard one thing, and this one thing really clicked with me. It was that Resto Druid healing in midnight is a lot of fun. And I went, not like it's not now, because I really enjoy it, but it was like, okay, if with the changes they made, it retains the fun factor, I'm staying.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, good, dude. Locked in. Wow. Here, the recording of episode 17. You are calling it out for midnight for you. Okay. I had a great week. I got a message from CurseForge. Shout out to the content community manager over there. Was such a sweet person, so kind, and they notified me that my add-on is currently being featured on CurseForge Discovery panel for the carousel at the top for World of Warcraft add-ons, which was such a surprise, so unexpected. honestly, when I saw it, I'm like, what is this? Like, why am I getting did someone hack my account or something? And there it was. And I was like, that's awesome, man. And I've been watching the downloads, just seeing people download it. And I hope it's working out great. I don't know like people's real thoughts on it. But I love that people are downloading it and giving it a try. And yeah, so that was really unexpected and honestly really, really special. So yeah, it was so cool.
I love that. And I'm glad it wasn't an email like, yeah, we found some source code in your add-on that is breaking our servers. So we're going to ask that you pull it down. As a matter of fact, we pulled it down for you and we're going to need you to remake it. But no, it wasn't that. Completely opposite. And I think that's freaking amazing that they reached out to you.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah, thanks. And so I too was in well, I hit 1 mil gold. So that happened literally right after we recorded the last episode. This is old news to you, but it's new to them. I finally hit my goal of 1 mil, which is great. Literally the week before pre-patch. I'll take that. Now on to 2 million. And so that was cool. And to be honest with you, that I took a break. Like I didn't do any gold making, none. I just sat on my loins and figured out my class for midnight. So I was doing the exact same thing you were. And it came down to, because you talked about rogues. Yes, we made rogues. So I did that. I got that up to 80. And the more and more I'm playing, the more I'm thinking, I'm like, I made the comment, how chill do I want my gameplay to be last episode? And I'm like, I think I want it to be more chill than this. And this is great. It's fun. I'm having a great time. But I'm just like, man, I'm really kind of looking for something a little more chill. And, for me, like some people are like, well, Rogue is chill. Well, for me personally, I'm speaking. And so I'm like, okay. So I axed that character, name changed. So I went and tried a hunter. Name changed deleted the rogue, took his name, and put it on the hunter. And got that up to 80. And which, it's so fast, like with everything that they've got in place. And this is before catch up and stuff. And so like, I mean, it took like 7 hours and 50 minutes ish. And I was like, not going super hard the whole time at all. Like that probably could have been down to 6 or less. But like, so did that, got him up to 80. I'm like, okay. And I tried survival during that whole leveling process. I had never done survival ever. So I did that. I'm like, okay, this is fun. This is cool. This is definitely scratching that melee itch, which was what I was really looking for out of a rogue. And I'm like, well, hang on a minute. I love all these specs because I love playing marksman. I've always enjoyed marksman. And I definitely love having a pet when it comes to BM. And so I'm like, okay. And it came down to, do I want to play priest, which I love. The Shadow Priest, I've come to love that, and I love healing in arenas, and that's fun just for sometimes for kicks and giggles. Or do I play Hunter? And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going Hunter. So I'm locked in for, I don't like making these like hard lines because this never goes well. I can hear S.N.A.R.K already. For those of you who don't know, S.N.A.R.K's a close friend of ours and always gives us crap, and we love him dearly and equally from him as well. So, but anyway, I'm going Hunter for midnight. That's my rant.
He's not the only one that gives you crap over your character OCD.
That's true.
Essentially. Yeah. Well, here's the surprising part. You leveled up your rogue.
Yeah.
Or a rogue.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you did all the things with Transmog. I'm sure he was looking absolutely amazing.
Oh, flawless.
And he probably had a character backstory and everything already rocking. Okay. I know you very well.
Yeah.
You filled this poor rogue's heart with hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
Of being in the spotlight.
I know.
And then you killed him.
I killed him mercilessly. Took him in an alley, hit him with a lead pipe in the ballroom.
Murder.
With Mrs. White. Yep.
Holy moly. Well, I mean, I can't say, I think the impressive part is that this week, you leveled 2 characters to 80. That is nuts.
A little bit.
Me. And I know to some it's probably not nuts, but
yeah.
Not casual.
No.
Jibs.
No, it wasn't. I got after it for sure. And I look forward to doing the upcoming weekend because I have a 3-day weekend. So yeah, it was fun though, honestly. It was good for me because it had come down, truthfully, this whole time leading up to it was really trying to figure out my class. And I said this to our friends, but I say, and I know we said this live on the air last week, and I would say it again. I think if there's ever a time when Blizzard does a massive round of class changes like this, and it's all testable leading up to this point, that I would encourage others. I know we've talked about it, but getting on there just to try out these classes, because I have lived literally by YouTube videos, just trying to get an understanding of where things are going, and that led me to Priest, and ultimately it came between Priest and Hunter. And I'm just waiting at this point. So like today, when the patch comes out, as a release day of this episode, the patch is going to drop, and all of us, you, myself, all our friends and listeners, are experiencing these class changes. Like, it's a lot. You know, there's there's a lot of things we're going to be doing here.
These are not small class changes. I mean, they completely gutted some classes. They made a lot of critical changes to pretty much the whole gamut to try and streamline the player experience. So I think I'm with you there. And I think especially as content creators, if we are going to, and it's funny that it's taken us so many years to kind of figure this out, but changes are made in World of Warcraft so rapidly that it feels like we are doing you a disservice if we don't check those things out. Yeah. At least to give you in a roundabout way, hey, this is how we feel about this, or hey, I tried this and it was really good. So yeah, maybe moving forward, you know, we jump into the beta, public beta, and the test servers, and just try some stuff out a little bit. I think I probably should have done that, but I did. You know, there's some great videos out there too. So I don't think what you did by going to YouTube and looking at those things is a bad route. But to feel it for yourself, yeah. And you know, we've experienced it with some of our friends that have played a lot of the beta, and like every day they're switching classes.
Oh,
to try other stuff out. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they were, you heard it every night, you know, like people just trying to land, figuring out where they're going to land. And this entire time, like, obviously Blizzard is making updates, right, to these classes. And so they're like daily changing their main because of the way that these changes are working out. One day it was, wow, Rogue's doing great for this person. The next day, Rogue's not looking so hot. So it was a constant roller coaster ride for all of our friend base. And yeah, it's, man, oh man, I tell you, it's exciting. Like this is like Warcraft taking that first step to the great change that is Midnight. You know, it's exciting.
Yeah, and I know, like, yeah, as we close and get into the show, I do want to publicly congratulate you on a pretty kick-ass week.
Oh,
dude.
Thank you, dude.
2 characters to 80. Like, you got some good playtime. 2 characters to 80. You hit your 1 mil and you're working on 2 mil, which really would like to start working on the 1 mil thing in real life. That'd be a fun idea.
Yeah.
And you got your add-on featured.
Yeah.
On CurseForge. It
was a great week. And I started a new job. So there's that last week. Yeah. So there's, yeah.
Yes, you did. All right, man. Whew. I'm all pumped up. This is going to be a good show.
Woo, folks. This week on the episode, we got a brand new podcast that we need to welcome to the wonderful World of Warcraft community. And we're going to be talking about this World of Warcraft as a solo experience, continue our lore lesson series, and talk pre-patch hype. And all this starts right after the lore lesson. We'll be right back.
In the earliest ages of the universe, the most widespread forms of life were elemental spirits. These beings, aligned with fire, water, earth, and air, emerged naturally on most physical worlds. They were volatile, powerful, and closely bound to the unstable forces that dominated early creation. In far more rare circumstances, fragments of the light coalesced into sentient entities. These beings became known as the S.N.A.R.K, creatures of pure holy energy who traveled the cosmos using their power to sustain and encourage life. Beyond both elementals and the S.N.A.R.K were the extraordinary Titans. Within the cores of a small number of planets, immense spirits called world souls formed. These nascent titans slept for ages, their presence shaping the worlds around them long before awakening. As we've discussed, the first of these beings to awaken was Amin-Thul. After awakening, Amin-Thul began searching the universe for other world souls. When he found them, he guided their development until some awakened as titans. Together, these beings formed the Pantheon, united in their search for others of their kind.
I remember unity.
Through this journey, the Titans determined that order was essential to identifying worlds that might contain world souls. On each planet they encountered, they subdued the elemental populations, reshaped the world's geography, and introduced life in a controlled manner. These efforts were intended to stabilize worlds and encourage dormant Titans to awaken. However, most worlds contained no world souls. Nevertheless, the Pantheon chose to preserve them. They empowered native life forms to maintain planetary stability and installed vast machines that allowed them to observe each world's development and erase life if disorder became irreversible.
Very well. You asked for it. Commencing re-origination of entire universe.
But unknown to the Titans, powerful beings within the void had been observing their actions.
Let them face the void.
These entities, known as the Void Lords, sought to corrupt a Titan before it could awaken. Unable to enter the physical universe directly, the Void Lords cast fragments of their power into reality. These dark entities spread across the cosmos, corrupting the worlds they struck. In time, they would become to be known as the Old Gods.
They know not what they face.
At this stage, the Titans were unaware of both the Void Lords and the Old Gods. Their attention was drawn instead to more immediate threats: demons. Demons arose from the twisting nether, a realm formed by the interaction of light and void energies. These beings embraced destruction and fell magic, invading the physical universe and devastating mortal worlds. They appeared in many forms, including Dreadlords, Pit Lords, Infernals, and Voidhounds.
I will leave nothing of them.
To contain this threat, the Pantheon sent Titans to combat the demonic invasions. While these Titans waged war, the Pantheon continued their search. Though ages passed without success, they remained convinced that other world souls existed. Their belief proved correct. In a distant region of the Great Dark Beyond, a new world was forming. Deep within its core, an immense world soul developed, one far more powerful than any encountered before. This world would be known as Azeroth. As Azeroth matured, elemental spirits dominated its surface. The planet's vast world soul absorbed much of the fifth element, spirit, which normally maintained the balance among the elements. Without it, Azeroth's elemental forces descended into chaos. The Pantheon recognized Azeroth as exceptional, and they understood that reaching her before other forces did would determine the future of creation.
Hey, this is Whitus, and when I'm not falling to my death because I was a half a second late to an elevator, I'm listening to Azeroth Morning Radio.
All right, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you, Whitus, so much. Don't forget, folks, you can submit your AMR listener spotlights by emailing us your vocal recording at azerothmorningradio@gmail.com. Just use your phone, record yourself saying, when I'm not doing, when whatever that thing is, I'm listening to Azeroth Morning Radio. We'll play them right here on the show. That's it. It's time for Heroes Call.
Heroes Call. Friends, one of the things we like to do here at Azeroth Morning Radio is highlight and congratulate community members out there when they make some really cool things. You know how we do business here. So this week, we want to congratulate a brand new podcast from somebody who's listened to our show and sent us correspondence in the past. As a matter of fact, it was last week or the week before? The week before, I think.
Mm-hmm.
S.N.A.R.K had sent us some correspondence that we covered, and actually got to talking to us a little bit about the idea that him and a buddy had about starting their own show, and they followed through. So we'd like to welcome to the podcast space for World of Warcraft, Ready Check with Rack and Kale. And no, it's not like the green kale that you would mistakenly put in your salad. It's Kael. And I'll tell you what, I got a chance to listen to their first episode, and it was a lot of fun. It's very similar to Jibs and I's friendship. You can sense their friendship. They're both longtime players of the game, and you can feel it. So to both of you, keep on keeping on. Have a good time with it. Consistency is key. And if you ever need help, reach out.
That's right. I loved the episode. I love the show, the vibe immediately right off the bat. Everything you said, you feel their friendship, and you're just like, this is going to be a good show. This is one of those things that I honestly look forward to seeing it develop over time and seeing how they grow. And yeah, welcome to the podcasting sphere, friends. Congrats, you've been bitten by the podcasting bug. See you in 13 years because you'll probably still be doing it.
That's right. You'll just be 13 years more grumpy.
And grayer, balder. Oh, much love to
all right, next thing for Heroes Call board was something that Jib sent me, and I actually checked it out today and got my butt kicked.
Dude, me too.
In this game. It's actually a Warcraft location game called whereinwarcraft.net. And it's a web-based game that you can play that gives you basically an image of various locations in Azeroth.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to place a pin on a map where you think that location is, and it gives you a little fudge factor. There's a radius to confirm your accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
But before the game resets, you basically have 3 lives, and you got to pick, and you got to be right. And there's a leaderboard to measure your Azerothian geographical knowledge. But let me tell you, it is challenging. I was close. I think I did like 4 or 5 rounds, and I was close on probably 5 or 6 of my guesses.
Yeah.
Other ones, I was like, Samsonite, you're way off. So I was like, oh my God, for a game I've been playing this long,
yep,
my geographical knowledge was awful, which is not that different than people in the real world.
Yeah.
When you ask them, like, what's the capital of Kansas? and they give you some obscure answer, and you're like, wrong. Go back to geography class. So don't feel so bad if you don't get a good score, but I would imagine you could learn a lot from playing whereinwarcraft.net. It's pretty cool.
It's so cool. I love this. So my son got into playing this with real world geography, and you can play rounds with friends and stuff, and there's different versions of it. And I forget the name of the person that coded this, that made this, but I believe they also do add-ons, and I wish I could remember off the cuff. But this was kind of like a labor of love, a fun thing that they did, I believe. But I loved so much that they do this. It's so much fun. It's just so much fun. So yeah, I can't say enough good things about it. It's fun. It's of course free. Just hop in and do it. And I have yet to do a good job on it. I got my butt handed to. Even though there was one on Coltiris, I'm like, oh, I got this, no problem. I got it. So I was way off. I'm like, come on.
Not so much. Yep, it's tough. Oh, I just pulled one up that I think is Coltiris. Let's do this live. Okay, it's very castle-y.
Oh, this did not go
Purple
well.
banners.
Okay. Purple
That
banners.
looks like a Kulturian sky.
I don't
Let's
know
make a
about
guess.
purple banners, though. I'm thinking maybe that's Storm Song Valley, maybe?
Storm Song Valley. Okay, well, let's go there anyway.
Okay.
And we're gonna try this out here.
Purple banners. It could be Dalaran, too, but I feel like that'd be
Let's
obvious.
see where we land. Oh, I was close. It's in Kultiris.
Is it? Oh.
Yep. It's at Storm Song Monastery.
Oh, okay. Well, we were...
So
Yeah.
you were very close. It's not in the valley, though. But it's at the monastery just outside of town.
Oh,
So
okay.
anyway,
Gotcha.
next round. Oh, dude, you're going to lose me to this. Okay. Anyway, back to our notes.
Back to Humor.
I'm staying on task.
Anyway.
But anyway, I thought this was a really cool one
Yeah. I love that stuff.
for geographical knowledge of Azeroth.
Definitely.
Okay. Last one for Heroes Call Board. I found a video today that I really liked, and I thought I would share it. I thought it was very appropriate for the casual nature of playing World of Warcraft. And this is a video entitled Why I Play WoW Alone by Angelica Tosh. She's a streamer and a YouTuber, and she had so many views on this video. I was like, how many solo World of Warcraft players are there out there that would be interested in a video like this? A ton.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you. So kudos to her on a great video. Anyway, the meat and potatoes of her video is that friends come and go. And she talked a lot about a lot of friends that she had way back in the day when she was playing Warcraft who just logged off and never came back. But she found that she wanted to continue playing Warcraft, so she continued to log in, but her friends just weren't there anymore. So she started playing the game solo. And some of her big points were that quests can be in like an autopilot mode for you, where you can really fully immerse and experience your character in the magic of the moment. And I know that Jibs and I have talked a lot about this kind of stuff, about stopping to smell the roses and all of those wonderful things that you can do in Warcraft. But it resonated with her too. So I think there's a lot more solo players out there than we think. She talks about there being no pressure at all to keep up with anyone or anything when you play solo. And she also began to recognize that solo play was for her specifically when she started using a hardcore add-on for Classic prior to the hardcore servers being a thing. Now, there was a community surrounding this hardcore add-on and showed you how to truly get a solo hardcore experience. So some of the rules were no grouping, no auction house. And she was talking about how she really had to learn to rely on herself and her own planning for every single pull. Like if you're going to go into a cave, she would have to very carefully pick. And I'm sure this is the hardcore experience anyway, but if you over pull, like you're done.
Oh, yeah.
So she was really having a good time moving slowly through the game.
Yeah, it's so funny you brought up this video. I missed this in the notes because I thought it was a part of the Where in Azeroth. And I'm like, oh, wow, we're really talking about this. Cool. All right, let's do it. And I missed the link to the second part of the video. I loved this video. It was informative. I thought it was really unique, and it really brought a new perspective because you and I both are, at our core, community people. You know, I think that's probably one of the pieces of us that makes us so involved with podcasting for so long, for all these years, is the community side of it, because we just genuinely love community. And it's been that way since I've known you. And I can't imagine playing it solo just because I'm so like same thing with you, like our hearts for people, you know, and the people behind the keyboard. And so but I loved their take on the video. I honestly thought it was really, really cool. And seeing that again, I'm definitely going to watch it again. It's definitely going to be in my nighttime rotation before I go to bed. I always lay in bed and watch Warcraft and other stuff. Yeah,
and it was, I think for us, I certainly have my periods of time where I like to play solo. Mm-hmm. I 100% do.
Yeah.
You know, if say I've had a rough day, or, you know, I need to just download.
Yeah.
I won't get in Discord. I'll log in and play. And sometimes I'll feel bad. Like my friends will probably think I'm mad at them. No, not. I'm just playing solo, and I have the ambience and the music turned all the way up, and I'm just enjoying myself. And watching her video almost made me want to roll a new character and do it again. But like, I can't. Like at this point, you know,
Yeah, you can.
I can't
Yeah,
do
you
that.
can. Yeah, you
No,
can.
I can't.
There's just one button, baby. It's called new character.
No, we have friends to love and nurture.
Just do it! Make your dreams come true!
It's all right.
So-
we all pay that fee. You play how you want to.
But her video continues to just talk about how in that hardcore experience, she learned self-reliance, and that self-reliance made her appreciate being able to play solo.
Yeah.
And, you know, that whole experience made leveling it like less leveling and more of a journey. Like you forget about the bar
Yeah.
and you just go through it as if your character is really going through the world.
Yeah.
So she did a lot more exploring with that approach, discovered a lot of things that she missed before, which I think is really neat. And I bring this up as part of Heroes Call just to say that if you play solo, it's fine. It's perfectly acceptable. The game has so much that you will miss if you're in groups or if you're trying to haul butt through the game, like Jibs did with his 280s this week. But at the same time, you can always circle back around and go do that content later when it's, you know, of course it's easier. But really take that time to play your game like this at times. You're just having an off day, turn up the music, turn up the ambience, and play the game as if you're an adventurer on a journey. And I promise you, it will open up your eyes.
Agreed.
Big time.
Yeah, agreed. There's something to be said about leveling immersion. You know, like the time it takes in leveling, especially in Classic, that's part of the reason why it's so beautiful, is you're able, because of the leveling process alone, you're able to just immerse in the character, in the world, in the quests, in the people, the NPCs, all those things. And so it's such a beautiful thing, especially in like a, you know, like a, even a hardcore setting where the stakes are so high. Still, you know, you're still in that world, that classic world, and being able to do those things. So yeah, and you're right. Like slowing down and taking in the world is definitely preferred. I as I've played, and yeah, like I totally sped to 80 twice because I wanted to get to 80 and be prepared to make my decision for what I was going to do and make sure I wasn't behind for today's patch that's dropping. But you know, like in my head, it's like, okay, so if you choose not to take in everything slowly and you just do time walking dungeons, whatever it is, the beauty of that, once you hit 80, I will say this, is that then you have, if you've just done dungeons, you know, if that's just all you've done, and maybe you've picked a zone that you're working through. For me, it's always called Tiras. I love it. I'm back there again. Point is this. If all you do mostly is time walking in maybe one zone, like one area, then you have the entire game to go back, start at the chapel, start in the Barrens, you know, start over there and just experience the entire world at your own pace. And you can blow on something in the general direction, it'll fall over. And like, you can just take in the story. So like,
Yes. And I want you to hold on to that thought. It's the perfect segue, but we're not quite there yet. We are going to talk about that a little bit later on in the show. And so I want you to hold that thought about being able to go back
totally.
and what large amount of content that you're going to have left. So anyway, /salute to Angelica Tosh for making this video. Congratulations on the amount of people who have clicked on your video to watch it. It is fantastic. It is heartfelt. And it meant a lot to me to watch that and know that there's a lot of different types of players that play World of Warcraft, and any way you choose to play it is okay. Very well done.
Well said.
Breaking news. Brought to all of yous by the Goblin News Network.
All right, folks, we're going to be talking about all kinds of things today. And I tell you, this came across the wire. We need to talk about it. Yes, pre-patch is dropping today. However, you need to know about this. Mounted lumber harvesting achievements, now retroactive. Farm now for Midnight launch. That's coming to us from wowhead.com. So, with Midnight getting closer, Blizzard has quietly flipped a useful switch for players who like to prepare early. Thanks to a recent hotfix on live servers, players can now begin making retroactive progress on the upcoming lumber harvesting achievements. I can read.
Words are hard.
Words are rhyme, Ron Burgundy.
Who typed a question mark on the teleprompter?
Even though the achievements themselves won't officially unlock until midnight launches. So in total, there are 12 lumberjack achievements. They're each tied to a different expansion and the coinciding lumber type. And basically, folks, it's any lumber you gather now will be tracked and counted once those achievements go live. So in other words, go farm that lumber. So like, you can pick up by the way, if you don't have this, you can pick up the harvesting hatchet. This is how you get started getting lumber. At the nodes on your getting the lumber nodes on your mini map in the housing area. You can pick that up there. But yeah, like get after it, because you're going to be able to stay mounted and get this lumber. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait for this.
So you said it's a retroactive beginning when?
Right meow.
Right meow?
Right
as
meow.
of our podcast, or as of this thing's been live for like a week or two? Because you know how much logging I've been doing?
As of this podcast, it's out. I mean, it's as of you and I sitting right here, right now, it's live. So you can do it.
Wow. Yeah. And you want to talk about a relaxing and mindless thing to do while you bag on your friends on Discord?
Oh, yeah.
That is 100% a way to do it. The only downside is you can't sell the lumber, but I'm not bummed about that, because then people that would be a real market sink, I think.
I'm glad you can't
if you
sell
could
the lumber.
Sell the lumber. I'm actually glad you can't. It's all on you. So the people who are putting stuff up that take lumber to make, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're putting the work in.
Yeah. I love that is one of the protected things with housing, is that you can't sell it, because if you could sell that, then in turn, the pricing of lumber would of course just plummet. The pricing of decor would plummet. It ruined that market. Like they did a great thing by protecting that. Like, no, you want to craft stuff. Get on out there now. go get that lumber.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be cool if there was an animation while you were on your mount?
Dude, I still want wood. Oh yeah. I still want a goblin recliner that just like flipped up. He's drinking a whatever it is, cola, and it just has a chainsaw that Caja-Cola just comes out and just whoosh. Yeah. I want that so bad.
Yeah, that would be pretty dang cool. It does look a little odd when I'm in my owl flight form and I just like put my beak up to the tree and then the bar starts. It's like, oh, cool.
You peck it to death.
Got wood now. Yeah. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck, right?
Oh, I love that. That's so funny. You know what's funny too is you can tell when people are out and about doing that same thing, like in your rotation or your area, getting lumber for, it's probably decor they're going to sell, or it could be that they're going to make. But I just feel like sometimes it's like people doing the same thing. Like, I'm farming lumber too, so I can make money.
Yeah, I've actually followed people around that are on the same nodes that me, that are dressed in an alchemy costume because they're continually making their hot tubs. So
I love it.
Try and do everything I can to dissuade them from. No, I don't do that. I'm just kidding.
It's hilarious.
I just go undercut them by 10,000 gold. I'm a little sour.
1,000 gold. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a little frosty about it if you can't tell. Stop undercutting the markets.
What's the word on the street?
Folks, we have breaking news. This is a big deal, okay? You need to know about this. Guild halls are finally coming to WoW. This is coming to us from Icy Veins, and this has been a long requested thing. Way over 14 years, players have been begging for one thing, and that is guild halls. And now the wait is over. Yesterday, in a PC Gamer interview, some of the game's biggest names when it comes to WoW development had some things to say. Principal designer and housing lead Jesse Kurlancheek says that guild halls may go live relatively quickly, though they're not expecting them for pre-patch. Players have been dreaming for over a decade about what guild halls could look like. What once seemed like a dream for many could now be reality as players sit by the fireplace with, quote, Onyxia's head on a mantle with some burned up flags from the battle at AV. End quote.
That's Alterac Valley.
I know about said Arathi
PvP.
Basin, so I had to stop because I knew I'd say it wrong.
That would be AV.
Yeah, exactly. Abs.
Words and letters can be very confusing at times.
It's true.
So I assume that this would be all guild achievements.
I would imagine so. That'd make it even more grand, though, from a leveling standpoint. Is that, like those guild achievements that your guild already has. Doing those together, which in turn build up your guild hall. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And it actually is kind of cool because I'll be able to free up a lot of space in my house because I built the tavern in there for the guild.
Yeah.
And so we'll have to switch that around a little bit and make that into something else.
Yeah. I've remodeled my house 2 times since you've seen it last. Completely just wiped it, start clean. I love doing, there is a add-on that Mr. GM came out with called, WoW. I'm scrolling, so if you hear scroll, that's what's going on. WoW camera tools. And it allows you just to push a button and the cam will start, cinematically moving for you. And you hide your UI and you can just record it. And I've started doing that, just record old builds or take screenshots and stuff. I love it because it's just housing definitely is one of those things for me that's forever creating. You can just never stop. You're just ooh, I want to try this build, and you just wipe everything and start all over again.
So to me, this is yet another example of how the home run has been hit with the housing system. And it's funny because I continually see, particularly on Facebook, I continually see people disparaging housing. And I honestly think that a lot of those posts that I see that are like that, I'm not saying there's an overwhelming amount, but you still see them from time to time. I truly believe those people are just trolls. They're just trolling because they know how much of a home run was hit with this. And to add something like guild housing, to me, is further proof that they really went all out for this system. And they really listened to what people wanted. And after so many years of people asking for stuff like this, it's finally coming to fruition. And I refuse to see the bad sides of this. There's issues that there were bugs when it first started, but again, we got the pre-release of housing. There's things that are going to get worked out. This system is going to be more fleshed out. So I refuse to fall into that. I refuse to believe that it's a bad system just based off of, what a few people are saying. It's wrong info. And I'm drawing a hard line. That's a hard line in the sand right there. I just refuse to believe that.
Yeah, I do as well. I mean, honestly, why are people bagging on it? There's more people in Warcraft. It's more people in Azeroth. It's more fans. The family's growing, right? The house is getting bigger. The mantle's getting larger. It's a win for everybody. And though just because it may not be someone's cup of tea doesn't mean it's terrible, doesn't mean it's trash. I'll be the first to tell you, I do admire battle pets, but that's not a system that particularly gravitates towards me. Doesn't mean I'm going to sit there and bag on it. Well, Jibs, they stopped focusing on that because there was hardly anyone who got into it. Okay, but there's still collectors out there that like to collect those pets, right? There's 1,800 pets out there, I think, something in that neighborhood. Totally cool. I love that people are into that. Does it resonate with me? Nope. Am I going to bag on it? Nope. Why? Because that's my fellow friend. That's my fellow player in Azeroth. You do you. That's the beauty of Azeroth, is that there's everything for everyone in World of Warcraft. Pick what you want to do and do it.
Right. And that's the beauty of, 25 plus years of development.
Yep.
Is that we have this huge world to play in. So I applaud them. I didn't think it was going to be here this quickly, but man, guild halls are going to be a really hot thing for a lot of longtime guilds that are out there that have had so many achievements over the years. And I can't wait to see what some of them build. Super cool.
Agreed. Mark my words. This is the start of a lot of things coming to Warcraft that we've wanted for a very long time. Very long time. Watch. The next 5 years, it's going to be a freaking trip. It's going to be a trip, man. It's going to be.
I agree. I mean, they're finding to a place where they can circle all the way back around. The game systems are relatively good. The class base is relatively good. Player base is getting better. They're finally to a spot where they can start committing some teams to huge quality of life stuff.
Yeah.
That makes the game look and feel the way that we've wanted it to be.
Yeah. Agreed. Agree wholeheartedly. So there you go, folks. Check that out. Guild halls are definitely on the way. And then finally, so today's pre-patch. You're listening to the release day. It is pre-patch. Look, you have, if you've been anything like us, maybe you haven't at all, you probably know mostly what's coming. So we wanted to cover this a little bit different of a way. So this coming to us from World of Warcraft's official site. Midnight pre-expansion content update goes live January 20th. So AKA today. All right. Now you guys know a lot of the things already. The big things, right? Demon Hunters getting the new Devourer spec. Void Elf Demon Hunters, which is going to be such a cool thing to see. They're going to be all over Stormwind RPN. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, they're going to be running before everybody in groups because a demon hunter's going to demon hunter, dog. I'm just telling you.
Demon hunter's going to hunt, boy. You guys know the class combat changes and all the other fun things. Honestly, I don't fully understand what's coming to Hunter. I don't know. Do you fully know what's changed? Like all the changes that are coming? Like understand what's coming to your class?
What's coming to my class for the most part, because that's really the biggest one that I pay attention to. And then the tidbits that I hear from our friends who were very deep. I was going to use a different term, but I probably shouldn't. Who were very deep into Midnight beta. So dirty minds out there.
And you guys also know the stat and item squish, which, like that could be something we talk about in the future, especially for a segment of the show, because, the last time that we saw a stat squish and an item squish like this would have been 2 years ago. Well, it would have been when The War Within came out, because that's when we heard about the stat squish would be coming, would be the second installment, which would be Midnight. So...
yeah, and I've been through stat squishes and level squishes and stuff over the years, and it really never affected me that much, to be honest with you, aside from like the initial shock factor of how much damage am I doing? Why am I sucking?
Yeah.
And then you're just like, oh yeah, stat squish.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, once you're like used to that baseline,
yeah,
you very quickly...
oh, yeah.
If you're looking at damage meters or healing meters, you very quickly get used to what good healing or good DPS looks like.
Yeah. And I'll be the first to say I'm a fan of small numbers. I am. I love that.
Yeah.
I love simplicity for simplicity's sake.
You know, a game was awesome for that.
What?
Dungeons & Dragons Online.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah.
Or even like Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's based off of the D&D rule set.
Right.
And, you would hit something, it would say like -6.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine that happening in Warcraft? Like, what? Am I back in the starter zone?
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. But like now, I love that they're doing a stat squish because, right now you're hitting stuff for millions upon millions of damage.
Right.
And it's like, can we change that sometime soon? Because your screen is nothing but numbers. It's gnarly.
Yeah. Yeah. So stat squish, item squish, that's coming. I look forward to experiencing that. I think you do too. And then the parts that we really wanted to highlight were some of the things that we haven't really talked about too much on here. And first up is the user interface updates. So with today's update, the user interface is introducing powerful new features. This includes improved customization options, cleaner rage frames, expanding display scaling controls, and more. You'll be able to configure how information and damage meters appear within the base UI and customize them to fit your personal playstyle without the need to download additional add-ons. Now, this starts off with them showing images of boss warnings. It's basically their version of Deadly Boss Mods. The add-on is now gone, now replaced with boss warnings. And I'll be honest, you and I both, we have not touched beta, but just looking at these stills, this looks pretty interesting. I look forward to tinkering with it.
Yeah, they look minimal. Hopefully, I think my biggest thing with these is I hope that there's a lot of customization there. And it looks at first glance as if there is a lot of customization for boss warnings and damage meters. A cooldown manager, we already know, we've been able to play with that quite a bit. There's a lot of customization there. It's not quite weak aura's level of customization, like nowhere near it, but it's still pretty darn good. And it fits into the game very well, which is another thing that I was concerned about because I already have a lot of stuff on my screen when I'm healing. This looks like it's going to fit into the UI of the game very seamlessly. So I'm very excited to see these things and actually get to play with them.
Yeah, for sure. And so, yeah, we'll be jumping and doing that. And then also, we did mention this previously, but Night Elf and Blood Elf architecture is arriving in the pre-patch. You know, last I heard, we weren't getting this until midnight, unless I'm forgetting something we already talked about. So we're getting it pre-patch. So Alliance players can now design their houses, aka cache, with iconic Night Elf moonlit stonework and purple-hued wooden structures, and Horde players can add Blood Elf elegance with Silver Moon-inspired options of golden trim and red crystal accents to their homes.
Admittedly, a little terrified.
Why?
Terrified. I put so much work into my house. I don't know what this is going to do to the decorations I already have up.
It's just outside.
Yeah, right. Well, it's going to have to be inside too, wouldn't you think?
I think it's just outside. Is it inside too? I thought it was outside.
I would imagine it's going to be the inside motif is going to change as well if you set it to that.
I don't know. I think it's just outside. Because we have the Belemeth already inside. You already have
Yeah,
it.
true.
So I think this is just outside architecture.
Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, I'm still probably going to have to move around all my greenery.
Well, you'll definitely have to move stuff around.
My druid house, yeah. For sure, you're gonna have to move it. But yeah, I mean, could you imagine if it was seamless? It was just like a one-click thing, and then bam!
Oh gosh,
it's all perfect on your house.
Yeah, reminds me of that. Set it and forget it.
Set it and forget it. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be like that. So anyway, but I'm very excited. Even though my house now is it's the Stormwind motif, but on the outside, but it's still very druidy the way I did everything. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it'll get me back in there. Playing around with that for 16 hours of my week.
So there's that. And then finally, folks, when it comes to this pre-patch, one of the other things that we haven't really talked about here on the show, and that is pre-expansion event and Winds of Mysterious Fortune buff. So the week of January 27th, the pre-expansion event, Twilight Ascension, gets underway, making it the perfect time to try out the new class changes. I didn't realize that the event was a week later. I forgot about that. And the Winds of Mysterious Fortune buff also returns, offering all adventurers a chance to reap bonus experience from 10 to 79. Catch up on your alts, finish missed content and unlocks, and prepare for the launch of Midnight. I tell you what, with that Mysterious Fortune buff event, plus any time walking that's going on, if it's going on then, I don't think it is, but you also have your Warband XP buff and your 10% XP if you've got that turned on with War Mode. Holy, and any rested XP. And a scroll, if you're using that too. Buckle up, because you're gonna be 80 in about 2 hours. Like, you're going for a ride, man.
It's gonna move quick, and like this again, like, man, you're so good at segues, buddy. This also is gonna parlay into something we're gonna talk about here in a few minutes with the change to getting you to endgame quickly, and that's what they're shooting for. Blizzard knows they have a lot of people coming back for Midnight. So if somebody wants to come back and try a new class, there's going to be a lot of ways to buzz your character up to 80. Up to 80 for the launch, so that you'll be able to experience the new expansion very quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Folks, this is a very special day for a lot of folks that we've all been waiting for, and that is pre-patch. Before we move on, have a wonderful time with it, because it's going to be very special for a whole lot of people for a whole lot of reasons. So enjoy yourself.
Yeah, and it does harken me back to a lot of the pre-patch events that there's been in the past. And I think the last one that we experienced was, well, of course, there was the War Within one that we did. Yeah. And that one wasn't like super memorable for me.
It was okay.
I was like, okay, it's kind of cool. It's okay. You know, you run around killing a lot of like void creatures and stuff like that. And to me, that one was okay. The one that really sticks out in my mind was Shadowlands.
Oh, what a ball. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Remember that one?
Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Took you back to somewhere we all love to be.
Yep. It took us all back to Ice Crown, and there were several bosses popping up at all kinds of different times. And I just remember so many people being there, and it was a true like community event. And there were armor sets and all kinds of stuff that you could shoot for. And I just remember how fun that was. And we had down to a timer. Like we were just like, 15 minutes, here we go. And, you're going after the different currencies and all the things that you need to maximize that event. And that's what I'm really hoping for here. I really am. I want to see the community come back together again for this pre-patch.
Yeah. Man. Yes. So much yes. Because it was special. It was special because chat was moving and everyone was calling stuff out. And, they were like getting invites for groups. And yeah, man. Yeah. Community. That was a blast. I distinctly remember us running around and you were on your balanced druid. And we were so aggravated at the time because you had not arrived yet. That's what it was. You had taken a break. I think you went to go grab some food or something. And I was in there with some of our friends at the time. And we were just like, man, these balanced druids can just pull everything. Because, you just had to mark stuff, right? And to do your thing. And like, wow, that's crazy. And of course, in your mind, you're like, do I need to be playing Balanced Druid right now? Am I missing out?
Do I need to be leveling a Balanced Druid right now?
And then you join the group and we're like, yeah, we got someone to claim all the mobs. Yeah. It was fun. It was a fun moment. And beautiful time being in Ice Crown again. It's so nostalgic. And truthfully, I've never done the storyline in Wrath from beginning to end. I never have. I've been kind of purposely holding off, but just us all being there in Ice Crown, and you look up and you saw and at the time we didn't know what we were about to experience, right? You're just like, Shadowlands is on the other side of whatever that is up there that Sylvanas just did. Like that level of unknown was so special, and it was so fun. So yeah, to bring that back, yeah, man, just something like that that's communal, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I've definitely identified the time to go back and do old content. We've talked about this in our Discord quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
When you're getting toward the end of season 3, before a pre-patch event, or like in the next case, it'll be season 3 of Midnight, when we're getting ready for the Last Titan.
Yep.
That is the time to go back and start doing old content, because there's some fatigue going on right now. You can definitely feel it out there, and you can see it when like not all your friends are logging on tonight.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I got this key to do, but nobody's logging on. What are they doing? Oh, this guy's playing another game. This guy's playing this other game. So there's definitely some fatigue out there. I think a lot of people are just ready for the pre-expansion event, and a lot of people are ready for the next expansion.
I'm going to be honest. This is our first time ever doing a Warcraft show. First time us ever, I think myself, at least speaking for myself, playing Warcraft as long as I have been playing it. Like, because, we talked about in this previous show, like, we would do other shows and take a break, play Warcraft, and go get ready to ramp up and do the next show, right? We always found ourselves coming back to Warcraft. However, this is the first time I've never left, like that. I've never taken a break, and I've just been playing. I can't even remember how long now at this point, but I feel zero burnout, like zero, like, you're talking about people fading or whatever. I feel literally zero of that. I feel just as stoked as the day that we started the show and the previous like 6 months before that, like it's just, I don't feel that at all. I really don't.
I agree with you. I'm still in that same boat. And when I was saying that, like, I'm definitely not talking about me. I want to log in every single day and play. There's a billion things that I could be doing, right? Like just grinding old rap or doing whatever. I'm still in Azeroth playing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm certainly not playing that, which is a surprise even at this particular period of time. You can dabble with other characters. There's so many other things that you can do. And like for me right now, it's just, I'm working that auction house and just getting stuff ready in anticipation, which I like to do. It's a joyous time for me right before new content is coming out. A lot of people cycle in and cycle out of playing Warcraft, and they're like, yeah, I think I'm done with this season. I'm just going to wait until the new expansion, and they'll go. And man, I have a million games sitting in my Steam library that I could be playing, but every day I still want to be logging into Warcraft.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah, no, there's no burnout. I am super freaking pumped.
Yeah.
Every day I get to sit down and play.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I tried to play Cyberpunk the other day, tried to start a new game of it, and like I got 10 minutes in, I'm like, I can't do this, and I went right back to Warcraft. Like,
yeah, I mean, Cyberpunk, dude, that's a long campaign.
Oh yeah,
in that game.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you said that, because I've recently said the same thing about Star Wars Genesis. Which is the mod.
That was impressive.
It's a series of mods for Starfield that turn it into a Star Wars galaxy. I'm a massive Star Wars fan. So when I first saw that, I devoured a bunch of videos, and I'm like, I have to get this. I even went to Steam during the Steam sale and picked up Starfield.
Oh, did you?
So that I could play that game. But I get to thinking about it, and I'm like, as much as I want to play this game, it's going to pull me away from Warcraft too much. It's going to want to pull me away from Warcraft too much. And I love Warcraft so much that I was like, nope, I'm just going to table it for now. Let's give this another 6 months or a year of the mods developing more story and stuff for that game. But if you're a Star Wars fan, I'm just saying, look up Star Wars Genesis. It looks insane. But again, not pulling me away from Warcraft.
Yeah, Warcraft and us, really, it's just like it's a constant love letter, man, and it never, ever gets old. You ready for S.N.A.R.K?
Yep, let's do it.
S.N.A.R.K Online.
Oh, a little poop on this printout. Gross. Friends, S.N.A.R.K spit out the R&D roundtable as our topic for this particular show. And what we're going to talk about, we mentioned it a little bit before, I hinted at it a little bit before, but we're going to talk about the new player catch-up experience. There is a recent video that was put out by World of Warcraft by Farts Gaming. One of our favorite new creators that we've recently discovered is Farts Gaming. And this video is a short video, but it's entitled Returning to WoW Made Easy. It might not be your jam, because it's basically for people who haven't played the game in a while or people who are brand new to playing World of Warcraft. But it details a bunch of things about the returning / new player experience that Blizzard has added to the game. So I have some pretty poignant questions for Jibs, but first I'm going to go through all the aspects that are going to be coming out here very, very soon. Well, they're out now, if you're listening to our show, for returning and new players. So the first point is that if you've been away for more than 60 days, you'll be prompted upon your login to take part in the new catch-up scenario. This has been in the game for a little while, actually.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Because I've recently been logging on to players and moving some gold around, and I'm finding this pop up happening all over the place. And I'm just like, clicky, get off the screen. How much money does this character have? So it gives you the option to pick up where you left off or start the catch-up scenario. And if you lose it, you can always find it in your dungeon journal, and you can access this at any time. You can start it at any time. You can end it at any time. So it runs you through the scenario in Arathi Highlands and puts you into like a tutorial style experience to reacquaint you with combat, or acquaint you in the first place to combat, and to help you replace some of your outdated gear if you're a returning player. It'll guide you through some of the new features of the game, like skywriting and assisted combat. And then once your scenario is complete, the game will give you content suggestions for where to go next. And that is completely tailored to whatever level your character is. So the video will also very highly suggest that you do the lore walking series to get you caught up to the story so far. And it walks you through the single button rotation. It walks you through delves. This brings me to some of my questions for you. Okay, very streamlined system for people who are returning to the game or who are brand new to the game. Okay? But do you think these changes that they've made to the newer returning player experience help them feel less lost? Or is it still a system overload when you log into World of Warcraft after 25 years?
I think it's... Let me preface all this by saying, I think to really do this justice, to really do it, everything from like getting caught up on the story, with Lord Walker Cho, they've already started that, and that's great. And even the tutorial system, to really do this, I think they'd have to do a significant investment, like a significant investment kind of thing, and real buy-in for that to really flesh it out. I mean, it's not just like a minor feature, but a major thing, because of everything that you just said. And I don't want to take anything away from what Blizzard has already done, because what they've added, I think, is fantastic. To answer your question, I think that anything that you can provide any new player is going to help them. It's anything that you put in there is just going to be a help, getting them acquainted with the game and everything. I think the tough part really comes down to, when you talk about being over on the other side of that, like when you kind of put the bumpers down on the bowling alley, right? And you've got the full lane now that you can operate in. I do feel that it still is overwhelming, just from what I've seen from watching your daughter play. There was something else too recently, new player experience, or I don't know who it was, but it was like I was seeing them start as well, and just watching their reactions, like it just made me feel as though there was still room for growth in that regards to like on quote unquote onboarding, right? It's like when you're onboarding a new employee. It's the same thing here, like onboarding new players. I still feel like there's a lot of room for growth there to really help them further along, because I do still feel, and I really think that this would have to take a significant investment because of everything you already said. 25 years, over 20 years.
20. I said 25 and it's 21.
Yeah, geez, you ever heard of math?
It's 21.
Sorry.
Yeah. That's right. Azeroth can drink. We said that on this show.
But, somebody will write into idiots.
Oh, I know. But we love you. We love you. Yeah. So, 21 years of systems and system changes and lore, like that's a lot. It really is a lot. And so I still, to answer your question, yes, I do feel that the tutorials and everything is definitely a great help. Yes, I also still feel that there is a lot for people to take in. Case in point, most recently, we got an email. Shout out to Matt and your wonderful wife and family. They emailed us today. You don't even know this. They emailed us. They played the game for a very long time. Him and his wife, right? They had some children. Their family grew, right? And they come back 3 years later, and they felt kind of a mixture of overwhelmed, I believe, and a little bit of just like trying to feel like their feet could land. And thankfully they found AMR, and they're kind of like settling in, and they thanked the show and all that sort of thing, which I appreciate and loved. But the part of what he said that stuck out to me was that, like they felt like there was just a lot, like that I got the sense that they were overwhelmed. And so seeing that from a recent email, not even 24 hours old, like that just speaks to me again that there's definitely room for growth there. And I really, really hope that Blizzard like latches onto that and takes it and just really onboards people in a big way, because I think there's room for it.
Okay. So it leads me to another thought here. Do you think it's fair for us as players to expect Blizzard to onboard new players and summarize 21 years of World of Warcraft lore? Is it fair for us to expect that?
It's not fair to expect. Expect is the wrong view. Expecting Blizzard to have that's not an appropriate view from a consumer. I would think that they would want that, like to be able, again, to to really latch on to people, right? Like those first 30 minutes to a new person in a game is so important. It's so important. Those first 2 hours even, you know? So like anything you can do, and this is coming from a love of Warcraft and a love of Azeroth and the people in it. You know, like we want more. We want more people. We want Azeroth to grow, right? And keep growing. Not that it's hurting, but you know, like we want it to grow and new fans, a part of the family. And so I don't think it's fair to expect Blizzard to do that. But I would think that they, and I believe they do want to do that too. I do think they want to help new people come in. And I think that they are really efforting, especially when you're seeing the things with Lore Walker Cho, those things being added, and then the catch up kind of like of Xalatath and who is she, what that looks like, you know, that whole story there thing there. It's like you're seeing those steps being taken. So the steps are there, but I don't think it's right to expect Blizzard to do that. That's almost like a bad attitude. Right.
Exactly. And that's kind of where I'm at with it too. And I know we've talked a lot about it before too, about how we would love to see more Lore Walker Cho bits, more lore walking where it summarizes all the past expansions, you know, and things that happened in the past expansions to bring you up to speed. But the things that the new player onboarding experience does do is giving you a streamlined look at systems, okay, and guidance. Mm-hmm. It provides a summary of the latest story bits. It catches you up to the most recent content and prepares you for endgame. That's giving you the opportunity to catch up and play with your friends as soon as possible. As players, I can't really ask for more than that. I can't ask them to summarize 20 plus years of lore, because number one, if you were to do that, it would take a long time to do it. You can't do a quick story and do that. The way that time walking or lore walkings aren't that short. You know, it's probably maybe 30 minutes or whatever. Could you imagine all the expansions they've had and you have 30 minutes each to try and catch up?
Yeah, significant investment.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. You're going to dump people out of the game super quick. So getting them playing with their friends as quickly as possible is a really good way to go.
Yeah.
And for new players, there's a few things that I wanted to go through here for new players that will kind of help you understand where the game is going to take you, where this new player experience is going to take you. When you first get into the game, don't expect to be caught up on 21 years of lore immediately, because you're just not going to be. And I fully understand why. It's just too much. That would be true overload. And that would probably drive you away from playing World of Warcraft. When your friends are sitting there waiting with bated breath until you can run time walking dungeons with them. You know, they're dude, just level. You know, and you're like, but I'm going through this story.
Yeah, I feel bad for that person that's, like being pushed like that, because that's definitely not right.
Right. So I think they've done a really good job of getting you up to speed on systems, up to speed on the story, and in to where you can play with your friends as soon as possible. And we can't ask for more than that. The second thing is just to have that open mind and knowing that your character is being primed for the latest expansion the game has to offer, right? They're going to get you up to speed, and then you're going to be able to just fly. You're going to be able to do whatever you want. The goal is to get you playing with your friends. The lore walking quests are I would definitely suggest that you do those on your off time. Say if you're playing with friends, do those on your off times when your friends are offline, because there's some great items that you can get out of that. And there's a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun in those things because you get to learn the stories of the game. Here's the kicker. Think of how much content this game has after 21 years.
Oh, gosh.
It is a mountain of story for you.
Oh, yeah.
So don't be afraid once you hit max level to go back to those old zones and work through that content so you can then get the whole story. But I think the whole point of me bringing this thing up was, number one, to highlight Bart's Gaming's video, because it's really good, and I'm super glad that he's got this partnership with Warcraft now and has the ability to make videos like this for for new folks. And the second part is just to let you know that experience, I really do think that they're taking their time in trying to maximize the experience for new players and trying to bring them in and have them stick. Because they, just like you were saying, like that first 30 minutes is critical when somebody is playing Warcraft. And I can honestly say, having recently gone through Exile's Reach again, I rolled a Night Elf Rogue, which I talked about, and I specifically wanted to go through Exile's Reach because I wanted to see those new changes. Normally, I just go to Darnassus and Teldrassil, and I do like my whole Night Elf experience over there with a new character. But I didn't. I went to Exile's Reach, and I can honestly say that playing through Exile's Reach, it's beautiful, it's engaging, it introduces you to the systems, to characters, to combat. After I think I must have been playing in there for, I don't know, probably 30 minutes or so, and it was time for dinner. Even on a brand new character, and even having gone through Exile's Reach, Titans know how many times I've been through it. And I still, like, my wife's like, honey, it's time to eat. So I was like, okay. And I didn't want to hit the log out button. I just wanted to keep going. Even though I've been through it so many damn times, there was that draw there after 30 minutes. So I think they've done a good job. We can say whatever we want about Exile's Reach. We can even be mad that they didn't change the story at all when they revamped it. They just changed the characters. So now you got, if you're on the Alliance side, you got Rathian and Jaina, but the story is exactly the same. So that was a little disappointing, but at the same time, I was still hooked. After playing this game for all these years, I was still hooked, still wanted to keep going. So I think they got that 30-minute thing knocked. If a player comes in and wants to try World of Warcraft out and truly is an MMO player, World of Warcraft will hook them. It'll get them.
Yeah, I agree. And honestly, like devil's advocate, does the island story need to be different? I don't think it does. Truthfully.
It doesn't need to be. It would have been
because it's
nice
not for
if
us.
It was something fresh.
But it's not for us. It'll be fresh for the new player.
Correct. Target audience. You're very right. You're so smart, Jenny.
To me, like, I love the fact that they changed up the characters and had those in there and introducing important people early, you know. But I'll be honest, that storyline for that island, solid storyline.
Yeah, it's good. It is good. And there's some changes at the end. So I don't want to be spoilery, but I mean, talking to people who probably played through Exile's Reach before. This is not like a terrible spoiler. It doesn't send you to Stormwind anymore at the end.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You go directly to the Dragon Isles.
Oh, wow. Now see, that's different. That's different. Now see, man, that's a gamble, isn't it? Like, you know, not taking them to their home city, like taking them right into an expansion. I forgot all about that. Yeah. Huh. Yep. That's interesting.
But your adventure continues immediately. You're not like brought to Stormwind and then have this period of WTF do I do now?
Very well said.
You are on the shoreline in Dragonflight.
Yep.
And it automatically directs you. There's a big old character right in front of you with a big old question mark on it, or a big old exclamation point on him. Like, there's zero question about where to go.
Yeah. See, I like that.
So
yeah,
streamlining, right? Yep. Streamlining for new friends that are out there that are coming into World of Warcraft, and we don't want them to get lost. We want them to understand what to do, because before you would have to go to Stormwind. You choose whether or not you want to go through, or you go to your home city if you're Horde.
Yep.
Decide whether or not you want to do that little tour, and then you got to go find Chromie.
Yep.
And figure out where you want to go.
Yeah.
That's confusing.
It's very confusing. Yep. Well said. Man, I'm glad you said that. That's so well said. Just slurps you right into a story and keeps them, again, like thinking of the mind of, not thinking of us, like of the regular people who've played Warcraft, but thinking like, if you've never experienced it before, yeah, you want to go right into that quest line. You want to be just shoved right in, like, welcome to Warcraft, and just, you know, quest after quest. And yeah, you know what?
You want to continue your adventure, right?
Yeah. I like it. Yeah. Well said.
Anyway, that's it. That was the reason that we wanted to go through that with you a little bit and just kind of detail where some new players are. You know, if somebody's out there who is looking to get into Warcraft and found our show, or you're just recently in and found our show, then, you know, we care about you. We want your experience to be fun, so you end up being, you know, level 80, level 90 characters later on down the road, and you join us, and all of a sudden, you know, you're freaking tanking dungeons for us, and we want you to have fun.
Speaking of tanking dungeons for us, just so everyone knows, we've been hard at work behind the scenes getting stuff ready for community. I know we haven't talked about like saying anything live on the air, but I think it's safe to say that there will be a time soon when announcements are coming. We're working hard. We're working hard on that.
Yeah. We also trademarked the word soon. Take that with a grain of salt.
Oh, gosh, I love it. All right, folks, we'll be right back after the commercial break. We'll close out the show.
Hello. Hi. Good news. Your neighborhood has been selected for a brand new endeavor. Congratulations. This week's task is simple, achievable, and only mildly uncomfortable. Acquire dwarven beard hair.
Show some kindness, would ye?
Voluntarily, ideally. With consent. Preferably.
I ask mercy.
We need it for insulation, cushion stuffing, experimental rugs, possibly hats. Definitely science.
We are at the Alliance's service.
Participants are encouraged to visit taverns, forges, and long conversations about ancestry.
And that's when me granddad punched a dragon.
Complete the endeavor to earn new decor, house experience, and the quiet satisfaction of knowing your furniture is now at least 38% dwarf.
See you soon.
So gather your neighbors, bring a brush, compliment the beard first. The neighborhood endeavor begins today.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here at AMR. This was episode 17 of Azeroth Morning Radio. If you enjoyed your time here, here's where we fully rely on you. If you enjoyed your time here, leave us a review if you could. It takes a couple minutes. Just lets us know how we're doing for you. And it lets other gamers know if this show is for them. And please, the one other thing that we do ask is, I said please like I'm pleading. I'm not trying to. Please. No. Share this with your Discord. If you enjoyed this, share this with your Discord or share it with one friend. It definitely helps us out when we're relying on you guys for growth. We really are word of mouth. We don't do ads or anything crazy like that. We just rely on putting the best show that we can together for you and hope that you enjoy it and share it with other folks.
But that doesn't mean that if other people like the show, they can't take out an ad. So you know what? Shoot for the moon, folks. If you really like this show, take out an ad for us. Cool.
Oh.
Thank you in advance. I'm here until Tuesday.
Oh, I love it. Folks, you can visit AzerothMorningRadio.com, learn more about AMR, see all the episodes there, the whole episode library. Every episode, we try to make our shows accessible for people as humanly possible. I know that there's apps out there that, for instance, Spotify, that does have, and even YouTube, that gives you a full transcript these days. But also, we keep it on our website as well. So every episode, we're dedicated to accessibility. We want to keep doing that as long as humanly possible. Over at AzerothMorningRadio.com. Cash.
Friends, we want to keep in touch with you. If you have something to say, we want to hear about it. We have lots of ways for you to get a hold of us. You can email us at AzerothMorningRadio@gmail.com. Hit us up on Facebook at Azeroth Morning Radio, YouTube at Azeroth Morning Radio, Twitch, twitch.tv/Azeroth Morning Radio. And now, new and improved, contrary to everything I've ever wanted to do in my entire life.
Oh, I forgot.
We are now on TikTok.
We're now on TikTok. Yep.
At Azeroth Morning Radio. May God rest my soul.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Folks, have a wonderful week in gaming. We enjoy the patch. We can't wait to talk with you next week about our experiences. And we love you. Stay safe, everybody.
See you at Twilight Ascension, friends.
That's next week.
That's what I meant.
Job's done.